with Tsunami, and we have a final game number 3 between the Cut and the Felt, which is technically just Felt, but gonna continue with the.
I don't even think it's a technicality. I think that's just a literality.
Okay, literality.
Oh, that's the face. Yeah, I only had enough gas in the tank for one cast. I was perhaps incorrectly assuming it would be a shellacking, a 2-0 shellacking.
Yep.
And yet, here we are, a game number 3 with a team that had yet to win a single game, having a stand-in for their carry. Somehow, everything's coming up roses. Although, no Bristleback in this series. Instead, Zor gets his hands on his coveted Weaver, which has been his go-to. Maybe for better or for worse, seeing as how anytime he did get a Weaver, they did lose. But it's comfort. And instead, Scourge McDuck gets his hands on a Spectre. And I'm with the panel. I think Dazzle's life is going to be a living hell this game.
Yes, I do believe that that is true. And again, the last time I'm going to mention it until the next time, which is probably in like 5-10 minutes.
I'll be watching.
The Cut, if they win, chances are extremely high that they stay Div 1.
Yep.
If they lose and Felt wins, then there is almost certainly going to be a 3-way tie for the bottom. What'd you call that again? The Toilet Bowl?
I didn't coin the phrase. It has been affectionately referred to as the community as the Toilet Bowl.
The Community Toilet Bowl.
The community.
That sounds... That's the most disgusting thing I can actually imagine.
Let's go on down to the Community Toilet Bowl.
Yeah,
let's do some casting on the Community Toilet Bowl.
Oh dear, Jubei, he's gonna get caught out looking for the cookie, but he'll find death instead. So First Blood goes the way of Wake Me Up on... He's played Tiny all 3 games, am I wrong?
I believe that is correct. Yeah, and he's been doing work on it.
Yeah.
Wasn't ban-worthy, and so I understand him getting his hands on it again, but consistently doing work on it. Shu, I guess, kind of blocks his own camp.
He's gonna get disposed, though, and there's the Whirling Death with a bunch of trees and the blocks to follow. A couple more right clicks will suffice, but the Boundless Strike will keep them in place, but they're gonna continue to pursue.
Oh, he wants
Rajix. Yep, another Whirling Death. That's true. If we waited maybe 1 second longer, I think that's a kill.
This is a grand... They've been banning out the Timbersaw against Rajix this entire time.
Yeah. If only they knew.
He boosted his way to this Grandmaster rank on it.
If only they knew. Well, the Grandmaster doesn't mean you're good with them. Technically.
I suppose that's true, but you have to play. You have to clock a lot of hours.
You could have a 30% win rate and still have a Grandmaster hero.
Yeah.
Right?
You'd have to play...
You'd have to play more.
No, wait. Do relics count on losses?
No.
Well, then...
But you still win eventually.
In that 30%, you have to do some big numbers.
Big numbers.
Big numbers.
Were you at Midas Mode?
Yeah. I was...
Were you? Yeah. Man, I don't remember anything at Midas Mode.
I came in to host the China division.
Oh, the China stream was rough.
Yeah.
Avalanche. You know, I don't remember Jenkins there either, so don't feel too bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, to this day, I don't remember him at all.
Did you describe, like, some time that everyone went out for, like, a party, and Jenkins, everyone was invited except Jenkins?
Yeah. I didn't know he existed back then, literally. Were you at the party?
I don't think so.
So you and Jenkins were not invited, apparently.
God damn it.
It was Korean barbecue. It wasn't really a party.
Oh, okay.
So.
But still, the socialization.
Yeah, I don't understand how you... Anyway, we'll talk about this another time. Because this is a very important match.
It's a very important game.
Felt and the Cut, as we can see.
It was actually less than 5 minutes that you said that you would go without mentioning it. It only took 2 minutes.
What do you mean? Mentioning what? I said mentioning
very important
the standings. I didn't go into detail.
You were going to before I cut you off. You were about to be like...
If you guys don't know, the Cut need to win this for several reasons. As we can see in the mid lane, Shaggy playing his Void Spirit 16 and 9, as we're going to hold that thought. Have a toss. With that Swarm attached to Scourge. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be... Wait, the last right click, and the Swarm finally gets taken off. But he is hurting for a squirtin', as my friends like to say. What movie is that from?
Ace Ventura?
No, I mean, that's a good guess, but no. Later.
Dumb and Dumber? It is a Jim Carrey?
No.
Oh.
It's not bad guesses, though.
I mean, I can't think of anyone.
Steve Carell's first big movie.
40-year-old version?
That's right. Hurting for a score, and one of my favorite lines of all time is Scourge.
Hurting for a score yet again.
His dagger off into the trees, so he's going to be safe. Wake Me Up gets hit by the cookie, though. Nice job from Jubei turning this around. That gets the cut, their first kill of the game.
Man, Rajix's courier died elsewhere with his boots. I guess it's not that big of a deal for a Timber sub, but things are going down in the DMs in this bot lane as he's kind of stuck between what exactly that you always say whenever there's a tiny in the game?
Rock and a hard place.
A rock and a hard place.
Glad you listened to my cast at least, as Soldier's going to be caught in the river, but Wake Me Up has come. He gets the avalanche, and that is enough as Shaggy will get his first death.
That is a huge benefit for Solji. He was 12-5 for last hits in this lane against 22-11.
Yeah.
He was getting bippity bopped.
That is pretty rough stuff, but I mean, the thing we've talked about with Shaggy where he'll get himself killed, at the very least he's used to dying a lot on these heroes, so, and I don't mean that in a negative way either. Like, being able to come back from things like that is a very important aspect of mid lane.
Part of the play style for some of these players, you know, high risk, low reward.
Yeah, the low reward might want to tweak that one. As Afro Moosh in the trees.
Oh my god,
do they
I don't think they saw each other.
Yeah. Well, Shu will see him now. Puts down a sentry, and they know immediately, so Marcy's going to kick it.
What a great animation.
Name another hero that kicks. That's
Beastmaster.
easy. Yeah, that's too easy.
Name another one.
Oh,
there is another one.
Is this strength hero?
Agi, carry.
Agi carry. Okay, get the hold on thought as we have Solji taking tons of damage in the mid lane. Afromuj not able to finish him off though. And oh god, this is gonna bother me so much.
I'll let you stew in that for a little while.
All right, you cast while I look at the hero list.
Okay, go for it. Stonebank doing fairly well against. Honestly, losing the boots may have been a bit of a detriment to Rajix in this early game because he was cutting waves.
Phantom Lancer.
Correct. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Sorry, you were saying?
I was literally just
saying what's on the
words.
screen?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Your job's pretty easy, honestly.
I don't have to do anything. So, there's some creeps on the screen right now. There's a stomp now. And Scourge McDuck's on the screen. Now Rajix on the screen.
Got that part wrong. Oh, wait. Courier on the screen? Courier not on the screen.
Yeah, Courier has been deleted from the screen.
I'm actually surprised that Afro, I think, well, Rajix has a soul ring, so he could go for a rebound into dispose, but I think not knowing where Dazzle is makes him a little nervous.
And nice Jingu proc there with that boundless strike. Allows Stonebanks to get some nice last hit slash denies, but Afro in the area is going to get the dispose off. Do they have the follow-up is a question. Chakram is there, but not a whole lot of mana. Timber Chain to follow. Stamek still staying alive thanks to this Jingu stack from earlier as he goes into the trees, but you can see Shaggy ends up finishing him off. And now the Ava. No toss, though, is Rajix trying to get out, gets that Timber Chain, and that'll help him survive.
Sick Ether Remnant from Shaggy. I think if Wake Me Up was able to get one more right click, that would have spelled the end, and he'll get a bottle refill also.
Okay.
Now that is a close-up.
That's Roshan. That's Roshan on the screen.
Shit. This man's that beastly play-by-play caster. Procs the raindrop. Wake Me Up's all out of mana now. And he cuts the tree inadvertently.
No, this is going to be 2 deaths in a row if he's not careful.
It doesn't matter how careful dispose.
Oh, double kill for Rajix. This is a complete disaster now in the bot lane. And you can see the frustration.
Not like this.
Oh boy, and Rajix. Timbersaw is now taken off. Top net worth. Shaggy not far behind.
He was just hiding his power level by missing that whirling death early on. He was like, whoops, I'm so rusty on the hero. Accidentally didn't get the kill, and then pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, very true. That is the power of the mind games. I was hoping we are going to get a replay of the Roshan zoom in, but instead it's of this fight that we just watched. But the fact that Stonebank dies 2 times in a row.
That's the old game ruiner. And I don't think Dazzle had Grave. He's been desperately trying to hit level 4. Oh, he does have Grave. Oh, well, he just hit 4. Okay, yeah. So even if he was able to not be disposed, I don't think he could have saved Stonebank. And yep, the walk of shame, or I guess the jump of shame back to the lane.
And his tower's dead.
Oh, Rajix, he smells him. Oh my
Ragic
god.
sees him. Stonebank living on the edge, but you can see Shaggy is still here, and they're going for the kill onto the Monkey King again. The balance strike into the Wukong's command, and there is the grave. But he still might be dead. Dispose and completely surrounded. The Jingu stacks are over, and Stonebank has died 3 times in feels like about a minute.
Yep.
Wake me up, toss back into the Shadow Wave and shoot. It's off the poison touch, so Afro's gonna get quite low, attempting to TP out. And that avalanche will.
If I was one of those, if I was the Monkey King, this is one of the situations where I'm like, why has the Void Spirit been down here for like 5 minutes? Why?
Oh, there we go. Very nice. The upside
Now that's
down,
the
Roshan.
upside down, right? High Shaggy hasn't been mid since like the first kill.
Yeah, and he's gonna Astro Step with the Remnant to keep the TA back a bit, but he is getting
The Resonant Pulse.
very little mana though. Has a couple bottle charges, but he's gonna drop to the right clicks of Stonebank, so a nice turnaround kill. But I mean, that cost him 3 deaths.
Yeah. And Monkey King really doesn't feel safe to farm anywhere right now. He spends all this time walking mid, which I guess now Templar Assassin can give up the lane. She can probably just start farming the jungle at this point. And I don't think there have been any stacks created for her quite yet. So, she has 2 stacks of Ancients.
All right, I have a question. How in God's name is Stonebank's second net worth right now? How is that possible? How?
I would have. How much did he get off of killing Shaggy? He got 249.
That's not even that much.
That's not that much. That's the last.
Dude, is this guy just a god?
I'm inclined to believe we're in the presence of a semi-god.
Oh, a semi-god.
Not a
Okay.
demigod.
Not quite demi. And we're gonna have the initiation on the Shaggy. He does not have any mobility spells up, so it looks like he's just gonna die again. Gets off the Remnant, but to no avail. So Shaggy.
Dude, Stonebank is just giving Shaggy a taste of his own medicine. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you want to camp me 3 kills in a row? Let's go, son.
And another kill goes the way of Felt. And Stonebank, I mean, he got that kill as well, so he is... I mean, Shaggy is doofed to TP mid and die again.
Doofed?
Huh?
What?
Do.
Do.
Do too.
Do too.
Do. He's a doof.
Meanwhile, Ragic's just doofed this entire Ancient stack.
Yeah, he got... Wait, what was the word that Pyrion used? It was weird.
The one that he said that gods uses?
No. The one that you guys were talking about.
Mullard.
Mullard.
Or like Mulland or something like that.
God, what a stupid
I've
word.
never heard that. He was acting as if it's just a common lexicon.
Isn't that something with a duck? Mullard?
That's a mallard.
Mallard.
Yeah.
Maybe it's derived from that somehow.
Perhaps.
Somebody had a pet duck they really didn't like. They had to make a cuss word out of it.
Things mullering all over the place. Another thing that kind of sucks after getting all your Ancient stacks stolen, I'm assuming... Let's see. Radiant has... Oh, never mind. Radiant got all their neutrals.
Wake me up. Gets stunned up. Gets the avalanche off, but he is horribly surrounded. So, it'll take a miracle for him to get out of this one. Cookie connects.
Oh, his last raindrop.
Dispose connect. Man, they have just very little damage after their initial outburst.
At the minimum is making space for Spectre. She's going to be going for a Manta-style rush.
Okay.
So I guess it'll take off your... Actually, I think bugs persist through banishes. I don't remember now. Weaver bugs. But regardless, be able to dispel Poison Touch, be able to burn off more refraction charges with your illusions. And again, I think the goal of Spectre is just to kill Dazzle ASAP every time a Haunt comes out. So anything to help with that.
Yeah, and I mean, Effie was talking about and you were talking about it as well.
Correct. The Desolate being a double proc on the right click, which I still did not get to test because I mean,
I know for a fact that used to be the case years ago, but obviously things have changed randomly.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Manta, that's 6 procs immediately, right?
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Pretty nice. As Zor is going to use his time lapse. They do have vision though, and the cookie is going to hit.
Oh, he's panicking.
Scatter Blast, Astral Step, and the
What a
blow
read.
up. Shaggy, nice job.
He had to go for the prediction on that. Haunt?
Yeah, we got the Haunt just to basically TP. Doesn't look like they want to actually fight here.
He's lingering in the area. Whoa, Afro, you crazy.
Okay, Afro jumps in with that Unleash, and he's going to get dropped. No, they're going to turn this around into Stoneback, but the Grave comes out. He's going to stay alive, but at what cost?
Ooh.
His life. It's a 3-for-1. They get the Marcy, but they lose some valuable members of Felt, including 2 cores.
That was a sick setup. I myself didn't even know that Jubei was in the area. That's how surprising it was. But the kisses plus that Marcy initiation gets 2 the highest value kills you could get, Monkey King and Templar Assassin. And Radix is just living on the... every time I see this dude farming, I'm like, oh yeah, the Radiant Timbersaw is doing great. And then I'm like, oh wait, never mind, that's the Cuts Timbersaw.
What do you think of Diffusal Monkey King? I'm surprised by this build.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not that far behind. Diffusal Monkey King.
We got the toss back. Chakram is there, but they have a lot of minus armor. Timber Chain to safety for Rygix. In the area of Shaggy. Double damage is stolen, though, by Zor. So the Cut's going to be a bit annoyed by that. Afterwish has to be careful. He's going to get the dispose off, but I think the team has to focus on other people now, as Afterwish is probably just going to drop. And he does. That's the pick pull. Jubei is going to be spotted by Stonebank. You're not getting out of that one. Double kill for Zor thanks to that stolen double damage. And into the tier 1 tower as well.
Yeah, he was just trying to do that to get it out of Shaggy's hands, but ends up netting 2 kill and continuing to pressure.
Yeah, Shaggy has quite a bit of mobility left. We'll pulse to get some physical immunity here.
Okay, this may be a bit much.
Dissimulate, Zor, time lapse, and he's out. All right, I'm trying to understand the diffusal.
Okay, so I find a lot of merits.
What? Wake
fuck?
me up, Blink Dagger. This is gonna cost him his life, but that is mega worth as Shaggy is the one that he found.
Wow.
Big kill.
What a timing and what a ward as well. They immediately dewarded, but it did its job. He even tips Shaggy afterwards. Okay, so this Diffusal Monkey King thing. So I see merits post Scepter, but I don't think he's gonna get a Scepter anytime soon. He's going for BKB after this Diffusal. I'm sure a smart person would know why, but I don't really see any good reason.
I mean, Mana Burn against Timbersaw is obviously good, but I don't know if that's enough to justify it. Zor gonna get gone on. No time left for 20 seconds, and these Mortimer's kisses.
You gotta read the kisses so hard. He gets 1.
He gets clipped by 1, make it 2.
He gets
Zor,
the DRT.
He's still in the midst of this dust, but the avalanche from Wake Me Up gets the toss off as well, and Afro has to abandon this pursuit. But in the top lane, you can see Dazzle. Oh, Stonebank died as well.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my.
Both of them going down to Rajik's movement and Shaggy. And again, continuing to make space for the Spectre.
I'm still monkey. I was going to say this. I am really racking my brain on this one. Scourge.
Nice delayed
gone on. And looks like he's just dead. Nice pickoff from Solji and company.
Yeah.
I mean, Wake Me Up has all series long just been absolutely brilliant on this Tiny.
For sure. Again, like, I don't think it's respect ban worthy because Tiny is just, you know, he's not that kind of hero, but the fact that he's had this level of consistency in losing and winning games has been exceptional. Now they're going to make a move. I don't really know if they can kill Radix that easily. He has a lot of stacks.
A tough one. A big avalanche onto 2 and another toss back as Shaggy getting really low. Has to astral step just from a defensive standpoint. He's trying to take off the bugs as Zor is just focusing on him. If he can get the Shikuchi off. Shaggy still has that Urn Charge applied. Doesn't look like Zor will be able to reach him. But still, damage is done here. Spell just taking over the jungle.
I think maybe they were trying to bait Spectre into haunting and then he immediately retreat, but Scourge didn't blink, and now Stonebank contemplating starting a fight here. Whoa! Okay,
Boundless Strike. Ava tossed back from Wake Me Up again, but the Timbersaw is very healthy. You can see the Grave applied to Zor. He's going to be able to get out just fine. Stonebank has the Jingu stacks along with the Wukongs as the rest of the cut are kind of just waiting it out. Another avalanche onto 2 from Wake Me Up as he blinks to safety.
And
somehow no kills.
Weaver got dangerously low, but the Grave saved him from Rajix, and I guess equally expensive cooldowns spent on both sides. Now Scourge McDuck maybe need to spend a little bit more time near his team because he can't just immediately jump to a fight, but Diffusal Monkey.
I was going to say the same thing, yeah. Shaggy. Looks like he does not get the Arcane Rune as Rajix is going to get cookied. They have so much mobility. That's what, like,
I know.
The purge, or not the purge, but the slow aspect. Oh, he has to be careful, though. Gets off the Aether Remnant. He doesn't have any mobility spells.
Is anyone ever going to die?
Shaggy.
No.
Okay, Dissimulate. Or the Resident Pulse, I should say. Rajix finally dies on the front line, and that's because
your
it was a
courier.
1v5, essentially.
That's a very invaluable kill. I mean, now, like, the primary frontliner's dead. Spectre's not going to be able to frontline for quite a while. But it seems that they're all leaving and they don't want to have to push a tier 2. I mean, they've spent, like, the last 7 minutes mid.
Yeah. Okay, so Spectre is going a Diffusal. With Manta, I can understand it.
Yeah.
It's good for chasing. It's obviously the mana burn with illusions is great. But Monkey King, Diffusal.
I'll reserve judgment until later. You know, I'll pull up the old Dota2 Pro Tracker. Maybe I'm missing, because I was feeling that way on seeing Witchblade on Void Spirit every single time, and then everyone's like, of course you build Witchblade, dumbass. And I was like, oh, yeah, of course you do.
I mean, that one makes sense at least. Like, it applies to his ult. Right?
Yeah, sure, but a lot of things apply to his ult.
True. Deso.
I feel like it was a primarily ranged hero thing. You know, this is like when you saw like 4 Dragon Lances on Meepo, and you're like, am I stupid? And you are stupid, because apparently it was the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so carry, Monkey King, usually goes Battle Fury. Diffusal Blade is not even on the frequency of optional items. So we are right to be somewhat boggled by it. Okay. But maybe it's situationally good. Oh my god, that's the meld.
Aframush is done. Rajix will get the Timber Chain. I mean, while this is all happening, I mean, the cut had like a 3K lead. It is dead even now.
Yeah.
As he is going for... God, I can never remember the name of this item. What's the name of this item?
I'm not going to tell you.
God. We're going to have to hold that thought. This is a professional cast.
I'll give you a hint. It helps him a lot with his Jingu Mastery.
No, I know what it does.
Oh,
I don't know the name of it. Okay, we have High Shaggy. He's going to get dropped at the beginning of the fight. Stonebank. He's going to take some right-click damage from Scourge, but he's going to pop his ult, and that should be the end of this fight.
If you're in the Grand Canyon and you yell into it, Zor would probably die. Solji shots Jubei.
All right, cast this fight while I think.
Rajix gets them melded on, but they don't want to go into the Wukong's command. Chakram.
Mage Slayer.
Oh, actually, you're right. For some reason, I thought it was Echo Saber.
Oh, okay. Well, Echo Saber I'm very familiar with.
Mage Slayer.
Scourge McDuck is dead. Aframush as well. Yeah, Solji's doing a lot of damage in this fight. And Rajix got that Soul Ring to get away.
He did get an Echo Saber.
Did he? I thought he was going for Mage Slayer. Oh, okay. You're right.
You baited
Professional match here. Wait, did he have that queued up?
Yeah.
No, did he have Mage Slayer queued up before that? Is that what I was looking at?
No.
It was he did. Okay.
Oh, he
Production's
did.
backing me up here. Okay.
I would have found this
Echo Saber
under 5 buses.
Obviously very standard on Monkey King.
True, for sure.
Wait, what does Echo Saber have to... Oh, the Echo for the Grand Canyon. But the Saber, you don't use that.
I always show up with my ceremonial saber to any national parks. Do you not?
Let's see. We got Spirit Vessel, Dragon Lance, and he's going to go for the full Gleipnir, looks like, for Zor.
Yeah. I think against a Void Spirit and a Timber Saw has a lot of value. And
it's funny because they're not really having issue killing Shaggy on the Void Spirit.
They're not, and they're killing Rajix with surprisingly high frequency. In that last fight, he manages to survive for quite a while, but I think that may have been because they were out of Vessel charges.
We got a DD on Solji, but Shu gets taken out to start this fight. Wake Me Up is next, so 2 for nothing, but they're going to go against the double damage potentially for this TA if they want to fight. But it looks like Felt will maybe just back up, but Rajix can take the brunt of this damage. Boundless Strike from afar. And Force Staff is going to break up this fight.
Yeah, he's got the Lotus now. He's got the armor from the Plate Mail in it, so Rajix is feeling a little bit more confident to go face first into the Bug minus armor, the Meld minus armor, the Bad Juju minus armor. So he's managing. And now Solji.
Yeah.
As good of a window with this DD to sneak a little Roche, but they scan it on Dire.
And Haunt is not up for... Well, it's going to be up in 6 seconds, so they do have time to try to contest this. And I mean, speaking of that, Spectre is pretty close to finishing Defusal, about 150 away, so a couple more creeps.
Yeah, so I think if TA chooses to go back into the pit, she'll be ready to rock and roll on this Spectre.
And I wonder if she's going to go like a stat-based build with like a Scotty or maybe an Aghanim Scepter to try to chase out this Dazzle. As we have the Avalanche come in from the low ground, but a big Mortimer's Kisses is look how many people are low on the side of the cut because they try to buy some space, but they take out Solji to start the fight and 2 more on top of that. And the cut winning this fight big time is now they're going to attempt to chase Stonebank. This would be a giant kill. He's going to get slowed down here. Well, he gets off the Wukong's command into the Boundless Strike. The buyback from the Dazzle, though, is Stonebank getting quite low and just in time with the Grave. So good buyback as Shaggy gets the cookie. Still the Chakram onto Stonebank with the... Yeah, that's enough from Jubei. That is a big kill onto the Monkey King. Now they can get the dieback onto Shu. And all they've lost is Marcy. And if they want...
Holy damage.
Okay. Zor will die as well. Good attempt from him. But this should give them enough space to go for Roche themselves if they knew it was already started.
Yeah, it may be back at full HP. And Spectre's not the best Roche taker, but you killed the Dazzle twice. He's not going to be in the fight anytime soon. I mean, it could have been amazing. He gets the Grave on Stonebank. He has his Hex shard, so he manages to disable Shaggy, but Jubei saves him with the cookie, and then a few arcane rings and mana returned, and eventually Void Spirit gets out. And then Zor gets a little too big for his britches. He had like 20 stick charges.
Wake Me Up trying to contest, but Scourge gets the Aegis. And Wake Me Up is going to pay the ultimate price here. And the cut have taken decent control of this game now.
Yeah, this is starting to enter chain feed territory. Everyone's going in one by one.
But Scourge getting control. This will be a quick Aegis. Stonebank obviously not with the ult, but he does have Diffusal Blade in 6 seconds. Boundless Strike is there. Meld on top. He's going to get 4 staff. Scourge trying to get out, and there's the Dispose with the rebound movement speed buff. As Jubei was the sacrifice, but Spirit Vessel applied to Scourge, but I think he'll survive it. The dagger onto the high ground.
Oh, he
they
doesn't want to get hit with the second trap.
Oh
my god, I can't believe that attack didn't connect. I didn't even see a miss or anything. I think it just was pixels away from finally landing on him. Wow, that could have been massive if they managed to take out the Aegis. I mean, taking out the Aegis by itself is already huge without any casualties. Okay, let's see. How close does this get? It was like a half a unit away. Frame by frame. I can't believe it.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Now, Spectre, as I was talking about, will not be going stat-based. We'll be going for Ags, which makes a lot of sense with this build.
Yeah.
Gives you the opportunity to just take out the supports on low cooldown mini haunt, which I think is called Shadow Step, actually. I'm surprised I remember that one, honestly. Can't even remember an item name in the game, for God's sake. I mean, don't even get me started with Revenant's Brooch. Wait.
That's correct.
That's the correct name.
It is the correct name.
Okay.
But do you remember the trivia that I told you about what the active is called? What is the active for
if there was multiple choice, I would get it, but...
I mean, it's such a bizarre name.
No, I know. If I saw it, I would know.
It's Phantom Province.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Phantom Province.
Makes no sense. See, that would make sense for, like, a banish of some kind.
Yeah.
Like, you're banishing them to a province.
Like an astral imprisonment. A Phantom Province. Rajik's building up even more armor, trying to work his way up to the Shivas. And he's got a shard as well.
Okay. Good old flamethrower. Buildings are very susceptible to that specific type of fire, but no other kind.
What are you talking, liquid fire? Jakiro?
Yeah, that's it, though. Dragon Slave doesn't work. Explain that, Tsunami. Okay. A lot of damage under Rajik. He's going to get the Lotus Orb applied. And Zor still in the backline. Is they going to delete Shu to start this fight? So he's dead for 30 seconds. Zor, doesn't look like they have vision on him right now. As he time-lapses back into the back line. BKB popped by Solji, focusing everything on the Rajix. He's not able to get the Timber Chain off, so he's kind of stuck here. Gets 4-staff, but dies shortly after. But you can see how low the rest of Felt are inside this Wukong's command, and the Mortimer's Kisses gets 1. That's the buyback, though, from the Tiny, as Scourge McDuck trying to get to safety, but Zor just continuing to right-click him, and that'll spell the end of Scourge McDuck's life in this engagement as a triple Boundless Strike follows from Stonebank, as we'll see if Felt can try to clean this up after Moosh. Oh, they're actually going to kill off Stonebank thanks to the burst damage from Shaggy. It's going to cost him his life, but that is well worth it for the cut. And Shaggy now
Dazzle's back.
This is Astral Step soon.
Oh, they read the wrong direction. NT. I think Rajix got his tree destroyed by Marcy rebounding onto it. And so Marcy was trying to escape. She lands on the tree, and then Rajix is like, no! That was my only tree to escape. So he goes down quicker than he would have liked in this fight because it was a long fight, and Zor felt completely free after that. And ultimately, I would probably... Oh, let's see. Oh, it's a toss. Oh, and it's... Oh, wait, no, it was the dispose. Afro disposes Shaggy, so he saves one person, but he kills Timbersaw in the process.
It happens.
It happens. WCYD.
6K lead for the cut now. And you can see Timbersaw is top net worth. But despite all the deaths, I mean, I guess there's been deaths all around, so it's... I was going to say TA has died a number of times, Shaggy has died a number of times, but they're still doing, by comparison, very well. But you can see that...
I think that's because the floor was raised. Like, all these supports are kind of living, and so they're getting more net worth, and so everything looks very well-rounded. It's because all the carries are dying so quickly that they're not being able to participate in any of this assist gold or anything.
Wraith Pack now online here. Double Astral Step already. Man, Shaggy is not conservative at all.
No, I told you. High risk, low reward.
He got literally nothing out of that. Up the dispose. And Aframu just completely surrounded, and he drops. Hey, and there is a Mage Slayer there.
Mage Slayer online. What an interesting build.
Yeah, it's not very damage heavy. That's
Corrosion, Diffusal, Mage Slayer. What's the Mage Slayer against Spectre is actually quite good because a lot of her damage in the late game, especially against these high burst lineups, is her dispersion damage. And Mage Slayer just reduces all spell damage. So you get the debuff on, which I'm sure one of your Wukong command soldiers will get it. And that's going to go down a lot. It applies to everyone who's hit by Boundless, and so you may be able to clip Snapfire with it. I don't know how long the debuff will last for as we find...
Yeah, and they're going to try to take out the Timbersaw, gets the Timber Chain off, but he gets tossed mid-air, so he's going to just potentially drop. Finally gets the Timber Chain off, but he's taking such heavy damage, and Zor is there to finish him off. Nice kill from Felt, but it's going to cost him the Dazzle. Scatter Blast from Jubei. We see the buyback coming out from the Timbersaw now, and there's the burst damage from Shaggy, but the Wukong's command not going to be placed on top of anybody. It's more from a zoning capability. Stonebank BKB TPs, and I'm not sure if the cut's going to be able to find anything with this Timbersaw buyback.
Yeah, it's a very expensive buyback. To get nothing out of it is a goddamn shame.
There's the Aghanim Scepter. If they had this slightly earlier, then maybe they could have chased a bit better.
Yeah.
I mean, one aspect of the Mage Slayer that is definitely better than before is the fact that it actually can upgrade into something, which is what he's doing, which is the Bloodthorn.
Yeah.
But it's still a very unusual build.
And even the Bloodthorn, Timbersaw already has the Lotus. I guess Shaggy doesn't have any dispels yet. He's working on his Scepter, and so... But I mean, you can put the Lotus on whoever's Bloodthorned. And then I guess Marcy's not getting to her 25 anytime soon. Although her spell immunity 25 is a little bit wonky. I don't think it dispels. I think it only gives you spell immunity.
Right. Yeah, so. I think I remember. I don't know. I can't remember if that was a bug, but it used to be that way for sure.
Yeah, I think it's still that way. Either that or it's like a weird type of spell immunity that it doesn't give you like the hard dispel. I don't remember, but whatever the case, it's a viable build on Monkey King. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, we got the dispose onto the Monkey King. The Grave comes out, but he's almost certainly going to die shortly after. Gets off the Boundless Strike, but there he goes. 80 seconds on the deck, does have buyback. Did cost them the Marcy, but that's going to be A-okay for the cut as the BKB popped by Soldier. Looks like they still want to fight. Monkey King not quite buying back yet. So they're going to lose the Dazzle now. He does buy back. And you can see the Gleipnir applied to Scourge, trying to get inside the trees, attempting to TP, and he's out. So 3 members of the cut die, and they kill 2 in return with the buyback onto Dazzle.
Yeah, if they were able to get out without Shaggy dying, that would have been pretty sweet, but only a Dazzle buyback, that's not that expensive for Felt. They come out looking pretty handsome out of that fight, although I'm surprised at how effective Dazzle's being between the Graves buying time for Monkey King and his Shard, like, insta-gibbing a lot of the illusions, like Spectre Haunts, and, like, he just Shadow Stepped, and he couldn't, like, convert on it because Dazzle just turns around, gets the Poison Touch shard, and hexes the illusion, instantly dies. And it's not as effective as it would be against 99% of other supports.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice играешь.
And we haven't... I feel like we haven't seen the Shadow Step. I mean, maybe he used it in that fight, but they haven't used it like to do a quick pick-off yet.
Yeah, I mean, because he doesn't want to do it on anyone else other than Dazzle. You do it on TA, it's not really worth the effort. Maybe you burn off a few refraction charges. Weaver's just going to Shikuchi away. I guess Tiny, if you can find him out of position like that, maybe, then it's worth it. But really, Dazzle's his primary opponent, and he's just not able to do it against the Shard.
And so the Spectre is going for Butterfly, and we talked about the Bloodthorn on Monkey King.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a counter, but the Manta can take off the Bloodthorn. So you kind of just got to wait out the Manta and then try to use Bloodthorn to try to...
Little cat and mouse action.
Yeah.
And
I
also...
mean, this could have him go for MKB next after the fact for the Monkey King, but I'm not sure if he wants to go down that road.
These days, everyone just prefers Maelstrom as the cheaper, or the more practical version of accuracy. Unless if it's like an Elven Tunic and a Butterfly, and you're like, bro, I can't touch this dude at all.
Roshan.
And TA built a Silver Edge, so she wants break.
Okay. Nice
avalanche.
Yeah, Avatos back. The Aegis has already gone the way of Solji as Shu is dead instantly. Wake me up as well. This is with the Aegis online, and even Stonebank inside his Wukong's command is just dropping so quickly. And he's going to get that Aegis. Wait, the Aegis was on TA. Never mind. Stonebank is just dead.
Yeah, she's on the run.
So the cut,
tossed.
Yeah, they could get 2 kills out of this, and there is a buyback on the Monkey King, but there's no way he's going to expend it here.
Is she going to BKB TP? Will she live?
Yeah, we'll see. BKB.
OT.
Trying to run.
Okay. Silver Edge, they had no detection, I guess.
Okay.
Wow.
Either way, that was a great fight from the cut. They very patient, just kind of let that go and still fought and won.
Literally every time anyone has gotten the Aegis in this game, they've instantly lost it.
True. Did they get the shard? TA has a shard, so I assume that's from the Roche.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I think...
Yeah, but this is going to give them some time to go for this Rax, because this tower is already low. They could get the melee Rax and run before the rest have TP'd.
Yeah,
Fortification
really does not want to have to buy back. And honestly, without Tiny, they don't have much initiation either. They can poke.
No, Weaver. Oh, they have the Stunlock. He is destroyed.
But sometimes they'll poke back.
So minus armor to the buildings. The Rajix with the flamethrower in 8 seconds. Not going to need it, though. So a set of racks right after they give up the full Roche second Aegis and Shard.
Yep.
3K lead for the cut as a result. 75 seconds to no Weaver, but he does have buyback. We'll see how long they want to stay here. The Wraith Pact is there.
They have Tiny now.
Their building damage is so abysmal without this flamethrower.
Tiny's waiting, creeping.
Yep, Shadow Step onto Stonebank. If they force out the BKB, Boundless Strike hits to the Wukong's command, but they're out of there. Big bait. Very successful for the cut. And they are going to be mega happy with that. They force out the buyback, a BKB, and Wukong's command.
Disposing people and the Z-axis interactions are bizarre. So I'm pretty sure Spectre was like on the high ground and Marcy was on the low ground. And the Dispose just yanked her like 2 Force Staff distances away. Then there's a Fire Snap cookie. It's so difficult to keep a lock on anyone if you're the Felt. Oh god, and even now I'm doing it now.
The Felt.
No, it's just Felt.
And the cut have an idea that there was a smoke here. Very good read from them.
Yeah, Afromush breaks it on Weaver, immediately rebounds out.
And you can see the Orchid now there for Stonebank, so just looking for the recipe, I believe, for the Bloodthorn. Or maybe it's already coming. Yeah, he already bought that, actually.
It's online.
Oh, okay. Flicker. Okay. Got a nice little Dispel action, so another way to get rid of...
Instantly, the Bloodthorn has been countered.
Like, all right, there's Bloodthorn in the game. Let's drop a...
give him a Stormcrafter, give him the Witchbane, give him a Flicker.
There's one more, isn't there?
I mean, like, tier 5 Force Boots can also do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. Silencer's crying in the background somewhere.
And yet, 7th most played hero in all of pubs right now.
Yeah,
nice
kind of crazy. Oh, Dispose initiation! They get the Grave off. The Dazzle's done such a good job all game, but is it going to be enough? BKB pop from Solji as well. He gets off a Meld Strike and blinks to safety. Very nicely done to evade all of that as Scourge was looking for the kill, but now he's puts himself in a precarious spot. They're going to lose the Timber Saw. 2 minutes, no buyback. And the jump back in, Stoneback pops the BKB. Boundless strike to follow,
dead.
double kill for Zor. 3 dead for the cut. What is going on here? TA is still alive, Shaggy is dead.
Wow.
They have 3 buybacks, but Timber is not one of them.
I think this is the last time that they'll ever initiate without knowing where Dazzle is and without putting Dazzle under control, because I can't believe not only does the Templar Assassin live, she gets the blink out and may have even eventually returned to the fight. Dazzle is a champion. I can't believe she was able to do this in all of this chaos. He gets the grave. And good conversion on the rest of Felt also. Immediately following up, Gleipniring the Timbersaw, putting him under control.
And into the building, hitting they go. You can see Shaggy bought back. Timber does have buyback now, but if they all buy back, this would be a massive advantage for Felt, but they already have one.
Are they about to make the 3-way tiebreaker reality happen? Am I Felt's lucky charm? Every time I cast them, they win?
That's true. Man, all they had to do was prevent Scourge from getting getting Bristle
back, yeah.
every game.
I know. That's the secret sauce.
All right, 4 up for the cut. Oh, Shaggy, this will be a dieback for him. Lotus Orb is applied. He's going to get disposed. And the rebound for the extra movement speed. He's alive. They did buy back onto the Spectre. Shaggy's still going in with such low HP. Toss back, trying to save out Stonebank. As Wake Me Up dying inside the fire, Stonebank finally pops his Wukong's command and the BKB. Shaggy is still going in there. What is this man smoking these days? That's 2 dead for Felt. As Rajix, he's gonna drop to the right. No, he lives!
Shaggy's
He's
going
so
in
low on
again.
HP. Shaggy has had 10% HP for this entire freaking fight. And with that buyback onto the Snapfire, it's a 5 versus 3, which means Felt need to GTFO. Man, these fights are insane. Dude. 11K lead for Feld now.
Playing on the razor's edge. And now, as the terminology that we all like to say, there's a win condition on the front now. Spectre buyback has been acquired, and so just Felt are feeling pretty cozy now. Sure, they're down a Rax, but they took one back in the mid lane, so there's... oh yeah, never mind. They didn't even lose the mid Rax, so yeah, equal numbers of Raxes. And my God, I can't believe that every single time a team initiates, they usually lose the fight.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Not to, not to be a stickler here, but it's just Rax.
Raxi?
Yeah, Rax. All right, Raxi I'll accept because it's unique.
Ractopus?
Ractopus is also great. I can go for that.
Daedalus online for the Weaver, so screw all this utility with the Gleipnir. Zor is ready to start dealing damage.
Yeah, he is starting to look quite scary. That's why Stonebank went for this weird-ass build. He's like, my Weaver will carry too.
It's working.
No problem.
Stonebank is the 3rd highest damage dealer on his team right now, and Zor is championing all of Felt's damage. And I also like how Zor's playing. Every single time the kisses start, he's only laser focused on finding the Snapfire, because these kisses are hurting like crazy, and Dazzle has no way to deal with it. So Shu's just like, please kill this Snapfire, otherwise I am going to die. And Zor's like, I got you, bro. Shikuchi's deep into the fight, finds Snapfire, and Snap doesn't really have any ways of dealing this. She has a Ghost Scepter. I don't know when she picked it up. I think it was after the Wraith Fact, but whatever the case, like, she has to cancel kisses either way.
This game has gotten very crazy, and I think the 3rd Roche is going to decide it.
Yeah.
If Felt are able to get that uncontested, then then again, the last time they took Roche, they got instantly wiped.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant. I thought whichever team takes the Aegis is going to lose.
That's true. It's kind of the upside down, I was going to say Roche.
Inverse Roshan postulate.
Yeah, this is quite something, and the 3-way tie.
Dude. I want to believe.
It could come.
I want to believe.
Roche is up in 4
Now
seconds.
That's a quick one. That's a quicken.
Yep.
2 traps in the pit.
That's the big advantage for Felt, is they are the ones with the vision advantage, and Aghanim Scepter is on Roche.
I think they may have actually preferred Refresher. I think double Wukong's command could have...
I don't know about that. Giving 4,200 net worth is just better.
Yeah, but I guess with this, who wants? I don't think TA really wants it. You're not really split pushing that much.
Yeah, just Monkey King.
I guess with this sampler platter build, a little bit of mage slaying.
It applies all that stuff,
yeah.
right? Oh, we're gonna see the initiation, but it's gonna be instantly destroyed. Wake Me Up has to buy back right off the bat. Boundless Strike onto Rajix. Gets off the timber chain. Stonebank was nullified. I have to talk about that after this fight. His shoe trying to get out. Shaggy on the back line. Man, he is so deep right now. He's just going to get... Okay, he gets off the astral step.
Oh, it misses. The boundless misses.
But the tree toss is there, and that is a dead Shaggy for 2 full minutes. No buyback, which means the Cut are going to have to high ground defend. But will they lose even more people? The Wraith Pack destroyed. Marcy is going to die. So that's 2 dead. Does have buyback, though, as Scourge already pops that Manta.
Okay, what's the play? Do you force a buyback, or do you go and secure Roche? Your bot lane is also pushing hella hard right now.
Yeah.
It's race time?
It's possible.
Oh,
Do they know that there's no
time.
buyback on the Void Spear? That's the real question. It's a 5v4 with that buyback from the Marcy.
No, it's a cooldown limit thing, so it's 3 minutes on Void Spear.
All right. So it looks like they're going to play it a little bit safe. Probably have to TP somebody back to base and go for Roche in the meantime.
Yeah, tier 4 tower is about to go down.
All right, the problem, though, is the Cut have a terrible pushing team. So
yes,
as long as you defend this a little bit, they're not at a big risk. Oh, man,
that
DD.
True. Although, I mean, flamethrower, you never know.
Flamethrower, you'd have to get a refresher for that, maybe. And that is Aegis, Cheese, Aghanim Scepter, Stonebank
takes it.
Will take it.
Okay, let's get some soldiers up and running.
And they just really don't give a shit about this bottom lane. All right.
Is he going to kill it and then time-lapse back? Or is he going to stick around?
There's no way.
Yeah, he sticks around, okay.
But this is a big damage dealer down here.
That's what I'm saying.
You would think the Cut would try to take advantage, but we'll see. Shaggy up in 40 seconds.
I'm a little surprised with their obsession with the mid lane. I feel like, you know, just go push out bot. That's the only lane that you need to be concerned about right now.
Right. But they can burn the Aegis and the Cheese in the meantime as the Wraith Pack 1 hit away, disposed to safety, dodge out that avalanche. Shivas is popped on Stonebank. It's a little bit of an early grave. Or is that the talent that gives you the HP? We'll see in just a moment. Nope.
No.
Just an early grave.
Better safe than sorry.
Weaver has now come to play, instantly kills the Wraith Pack. Boundless Strike onto 2. The fortification's there. Void Spear's up in 7 seconds. Had to be really careful with this push. And Stonebank has the Jingu. There's the grave again. The tier 4 towers are dead, and they're going for the throne. It's already at half HP. Can they defend this? The Wukong's command, the BKB's activated.
Wow.
The Felt not only win a game, they win 2 in the entire series.
Oh my god.
And likely a 3-way tie is how we're going to end the DPC for the bottom.
I think they had a double damage rune on TA, so they were like, whatever, let's just end the game.